Hello, my name is Princess Yancey, and I'm going to be practicing my persuasion speech. To say nothing is saying something. You must denounce things that you are against, or you might believe that you support things that you really don't. By Germany Kent. As Germany Kent has said above in his quote above, you must denounce things that you are against. I'm going to share with you all today the need for free childcare to many families. Nelson Nagel reported that more than 64,000 people, more than 64,000 two-year-olds will miss out on childcare. Places pledged by David Cameron. New figures show 4 in 10 councils simply cannot provide them. The PM promised that 260,000 tots from low-income families will get 15 hours a week of free childcare from next month. But Freedom of Information requests by Shadow Children's Minister Lucy Powell show a shortfall of more than 50,000 nursery schools places next month, on top of the 14,000 kids who have not found a place so far. She said this Tory-led government is failing to deliver, making it even harder for families struggling to balance work and family life. That was by Nelson Nagel in the PM Breaks Bout of Free Childcare. They concluded that the school also was unable to be funded for free meals for the children due to the government. I understand how it feels to be able to not go into work or school because you have no childcare. Or when you find childcare, the cost is too high, especially when it's only one parent in the household. I pay for childcare myself, and I am a single mother of 4, working, in school, earning little pay, and childcare is very expensive. I am one of the many families that need free childcare for my children. If I can't work, I cannot provide a life for my children. Having free childcare is one less bill I would have to worry about that would be getting paid, especially worrying about if I can afford it this week so that I can go into work and make the money to pay for the childcare. To put things into perspective, I just want you all to sit right where you are, take a few moments, close your eyes, and think about yourself, your friends, and family members with children. Imagine yourself as a single parent who's in school to obtain a degree and working a job, which is your career, and you're earning a minimum salary that barely gets the bills paid. Imagine not being able to pay the high childcare fees for one child. Now imagine the childcare costs for more than one child. Now think about all of the bills that you must pay. All you need and want is a reliable care provider that will work with you with the parent fees so that you can go into work every day. First, I will discuss why free childcare is important for families. Then I am going to give you some statistics on how paying childcare for your family really affects parents of low incomes. Finally, I'll explain the only solution to this problem, which is giving families free childcare paid by the government. So why is free childcare important for families? Having free childcare is important for families because it is expensive and it takes the responsibility off of the parents so that they can go into work and not lose a job because of no childcare. As stated on the website, the importance of childcare for working parents. In today's society, the majority of parents now work, regardless of the age of their children. Most families work out of necessity because the economic climate dictates that there must be 2 breadwinners in order to pay the bills, which is true. Parents may face the danger of losing a job or missing a promotion because of an illness, pregnancy, or taking care of loved ones. Since so many companies focus solely on the bottom line, it leaves too many parents having to look toward daycare for a solution to their problem. Given that the cost of childcare can consume nearly one parent's salary, and workers' choice to leave the workforce so that the family doesn't incur daycare expenses may seem like an economical, rational decision. However, while a parent may choose to stay at home, the short-term economic pressures are not without consequences, since living costs are higher and there is no additional income to contribute for the household. And that came from a source, Sandbox Software, The Importance of Childcare for Working Parents. Not only does the problem lie within the balance of having to pay high out-of-pocket expenses for childcare costs, but the amount of people and families who need free childcare. As a result of many families needing childcare, they also need to keep their employment to be able to care for their families, which is very true. The relationship between the cost of care and maternal employment decisions may also play a role in the types of care chosen by parents. A basic rational choice model predicts that a mother will decide whether or not to take paid work or for how many hours, having weighed up the expected costs and benefits of doing so. This would depend on her wage minus the cost of childcare. Lack of affordable childcare. Well, childcare costs are high relative to wages, may constrain a mother's employment decisions, both in terms of her decision of whether to work or for how many hours if she does work. A number of empirical studies have confirmed this negative relationship between childcare costs and maternal employment. Sadly, every family that is employed or trying to maintain a job needs care for their children, free childcare at that. Families do have the responsibility of caring and providing a life for their children, and every child needs a free education as well. I read a quote that said, if a mother or a caregiver does not have a job that pays a living wage and they cannot afford childcare, that is unacceptable. That was by Nina Turner. We now know who needs free childcare around the world, and that is free childcare fully funded by the government. As a result of families needing free childcare, we know that the government should grant and pay for this for fully working families. According to John McNamara on the website, low-income families that are working in school or job training can receive assistance in paying for high-quality child and daycare. While some of the support is available based on a sliding fee scale, if the parent's income is low enough, then they may be eligible to enroll into a free daycare program from the government. The exact type of assistance provided by state listed below will therefore vary based upon the applicant's income, whether they are working or in job training or other factors. Federal government child care and development block grant funds are issued to states and counties across the nation who administer the program at the local level. The assistance is made available to eligible families and parents who are training for a job or that are currently working. But my thing is, how can they receive these funds if they can't keep a job in order to receive or qualify for these funds from the government for child care assistance? Why not just pay for child care entirely for every working family? Applications are processed through the numerous local agencies that administer these government grants. Free subsidies and financial assistance is available to lower income families that meet income guidelines that are established by your state or the federal government. While conditions will vary, because each state determines its own eligibility requirements for families and applicants within its borders. The programs tend to be flexible. Almost every local agency will require the applicant to be working or, at a minimum, in some type of job training program. This means the government puts restraints on availability of who they can fund for childcare. The government limits their funds for families only through certain conditions and to a certain degree of amount of funding based on a scale of income amounts. The government is able to pay for childcare for every family, so why not do this to help each family that is in need? To conclude, I have informed you of why free childcare is important for families. I shared with you the statistics of paying high childcare costs and reminded you of a solution to this problem can be solved with the government funding childcare for all families. Paying high costs for childcare so an individual can work and provide for their family is a burden when they are unable to work because of the cost of childcare for their family, leaving them jobless and without affordable care for their child or children. Having childcare as a paid monthly expense for families is very important and needed for families to be able to be the nurturer and provider that their children need in this world. Just as men must give up economic control when their wives share the responsibility for their family's financial well-being, women must give up exclusive parental control when their husbands assume moral responsibility for childcare. And that was from Augustus. Thank you.